Hi everybody, my name is Hannah and this is Pepper and Pine, and I have a recipe to share with you today. This is a gorgeous book called Vibrant India. It is a vegetarian cookbook and it has tons of wonderful recipes, but today we're going to be doing a dessert from this book. We're going to be making the Cardamom Oatmeal Cookies, and they taste amazing. They have such a unique combination of flavors. I cannot wait to make these again. So I have this bar of chocolate that has almonds, and I'm going to cut it up because I didn't have any other chocolate or chocolate chips. And this ended up being a really great addition because the nuts added a bit of crunch to this recipe. I'm also going to add 2 cups of oats to a bowl. And I'm going to add that chocolate to that bowl. And then I've got a stick of butter. I'm actually going to use 2 sticks of butter, and I'm going to sort of brown the butter first. And to that, I'm going to add 1 cup of raisins. Our raisins had seen better days, and so sauteing them in the butter sort of revived them a little bit, and browning the butter added a flavor to the cookies that really enhanced the rest of the flavors. I'm adding a 1/2 teaspoon of cinnamon, but that ended up being too much compared to the cardamom, which I'm adding a 1/2 teaspoon, a heaping 1/2 teaspoon. And the cinnamon was just so powerful, it sort of took over the rest of the flavors, and I wish that the cardamom had come through a little bit more. I'm also adding some vanilla and some molasses. Molasses added some dimension to the sweetness, and I'm adding 1 cup of brown sugar, and I'm adding all of this to the butter, letting it kind of warm and sort of combine together really well. I've turned off the heat to this pan, so I'm going to let it sit on the stove for a little bit while I prepare the rest of the ingredients. I'm adding 1.5 cups of flour to a bowl. And we're just going to sift that and mix it a little bit. And then I'm going to add 2 eggs to a small container so that I can sort of mix it up and incorporate them really well before we add that to our wet ingredients. So I've transferred everything from the stove, let it cool down a little bit, added those eggs, and now we're going to slowly add in our flour until it's incorporated, adding in about 1/3 of a cup at a time. Once it's well incorporated, it's time for us to add our dry ingredients, the oats and the chocolate. We're just going to get that well combined. Now you can let this sit overnight in the refrigerator for all of those beautiful flavors to really combine. And then we're going to add about 6 1-inch rounds to a sheet pan that has parchment paper. And we're going to bake it for 12 minutes at 350 degrees. They smelled amazing. They were really delicious. We're going to pull them out of the oven and let them cool completely. I know this is hard to do, but please let them cool completely so that you don't burn yourself when you're trying them out. And I've just put them onto this little wooden tray just as decoration. They were gone very quickly. I reserved the rest of the batter in the refrigerator so that we could use it whenever we wanted to. It lasted for a long time. You just want to let it thaw out before you bake it. I hope you'll check out this cookbook called Vibrant India. You can find it as well as the recipe in the description box below and on my website at the blog post that accompanies this video. You can find that link in the description box below. And if you like to see what we're cooking on a daily basis, you can find me on Instagram at Pepper and Pine.